Alright, we're doing a PVC ranch rail, white vinyl. What we're doing, we're just set our corner post here, starting out. We've already got it squared. If you need to learn how to square things, then look on the internet. Here's our gate, right here. This is a 2 rail. This is going to attach into here, like so. This is going to be a double drive, 12 foot. So we actually have 2 gates here. What we're going to do is set these in place. And we're going to get a tape measure, and we're going to get a 1 inch over here next to our post. A 1 inch gap for our gates, and we're going to come over here, and this is going to give us where our next post goes, which is going to be a 1 inch gap also. In our corner posts, we have a steel sleeve for our gates. We're going to show you how to put our rails in here in a minute. This is a 16-foot section, and we put a post in every 8 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our rails, we're going to put them in midway, look down from the very top, make sure we're not going to overseat it. And that's going to work. That'll give us our mark down here at this end. We'll grab our auger. We built a special bit for it so we can get our we got a 6-inch auger bit, and with our cutting bit right here, it's going to give us 8 inches. We'll center it up on here. You see how our blade, our bit right here, sticks out further, which will get our 6x6 PVC post in. With the bit being so much bigger, we have to continuously clean out the hole. The dirt stops the auger, keeps it from moving, keeps it from digging. So with him cleaning it, allows the machine to work better. Alright, I'm going to tape measure. We got one at the end of our 16. Now we need one here in the middle. That'll make 8 foot. What I do here, pull 8 foot, and I scratch a little mark. That's going to be 8 foot, and then I'll dig another one. Alright, I'm not going to put our rails in yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, we're going to get our level, we're going to make sure that we're going to get up to the string. Make sure we dug close enough. So when I get up to the string, I can get it level. And since I didn't manage this one good enough, it will have to be dug. important that you don't go too far over, but you want to get close enough to the string. And if you do, then you'll have to get your post hole diggers because the auger isn't going to work. We're just going to take a little sliver off this side. We got 2 feet. You know, because of our post hole diggers, we got a mark on them. And now we're going to be able to get level right up to the string. So this one's good. Put the post in the hole. We're going to check this one. And it looks like we made a mistake again. But we're going to be able to fix it. It's not a problem. It's going to put a little more concrete in the hole. It's really a problem after you put your rails in. You know, after these little tabs lock in into place, as we're going to show you later, a lot of times they're in there. And you see my hand, it got me trying to pull one apart. It can take off some skin. So it's best to get them right, double check your leveling, make sure everything's going to work, and then put your rails in and go on. And that's going to do it. We all have that human factor. That's why we take care of this problem before we escalate by putting concrete and just double checking ourselves before we move on to the next stage. In the next stage, we're going to grab our rails, since we know our posts are going to level up. We're going to start with the bottom hole. Here's this little tabs right here that lock into place. You can see this. Now, if you get in there, they don't want to come out. We go for our top rail.
Show the tabs.
Here's the tabs, and as they go in, they lock in. Raise it up in. That keeps it from when you want to pull back on it, they don't want to come apart. So that's why we double check our post, make sure everything's going to work up against our string line, and everything is. We start with our bottom, getting it in, then our top always. And if you hold that post back, excuse me, hold this one back. We're going to go back to our first post, in line. We're going to check our in and out. Brings it right there. Okay. Make sure the post is square with the string line. And that's level. And then you want to come over here and pour. Level this way, this way. This way is most important. We're putting about 3/4 of a bag in each hole. That's our average, sometimes a whole bag, but at least 3/4 of a bag. After he gets this one all concreted in, we'll move to our next hole. We'll relay out again. We'll do the same process over and over. On the math on this one, it ended up pretty much so every 8 feet for our posts. Sometimes you do have to cut them. If you lay out ahead of time, like we did along this line, we kind of know where everything's going to break. And that way, if we want to make adjustments to make even spaces in between our posts, because we don't want a short space, then we can do that further back, cutting a little bit off. We've already got our rails in, of course, and this is our post for our next line out of our 16 feet. And we want to make sure this is right. So pick up the bottom and move it a little bit and get it level and pull it into the string line. And that is correct. And this is going to work. So go ahead and pour it. As long as your base doesn't move, you'll be all right. Pushing down on the post as he's pouring the concrete keeps everything from moving at the bottom and shifting. You can always pull the top back and forth over, getting it level again. We've got it up to the string already. As you can see, down our line here, there's no string line on it and they're all zigzagging up and down. How we solve that problem is we always go 2 feet deep. We put a string line on the top here, starting at our corner post. And we raise them up to the proper level. This is, had some dirt work done, the ground's pretty level, it's all going to work out. On hills and stuff, you do have to do with the slant and with the contour of the earth. But what we had to do here is just raise them up. We went 2 feet, raised them up, brought them down, and now we got them all right on the top of the string line. Now they're all the same, all the way across. That's kind of how you solve that problem.